Hello, folks, and welcome to the Joe Morley Sports Show. I am Joe Morley, and today we're going to do the team preview of the 2020 season for the New York Jets. If you're a New York Jet fan, I don't know how much enthusiasm you have for this guy right here. This is your head coach. This is Adam Gase, 30-34 record. You know, he came over from the Dolphins where he was 23-25 in the last couple of seasons. He got his main name for being the quarterback coach for Peyton Manning during those Bronco years. That's where a lot of people were questioning, is he an offensive mind, or was he just riding the coattails of Peyton Manning, and Peyton Manning was basically the offensive coordinator of his own, right? We don't know. I mean, it's looking like maybe he's not as great as everybody thought he was. He turned down the job in San Francisco before he took the Miami job because they wouldn't allow Vic Fangio to be his defense coordinator, which turned out to be a great job, great idea for San Francisco. They lucked out on that one, right? Here's your team rankings. Adam Gase, the offensive genius, 32nd offense, right? So if you're supposed to be a great offensive mind, don't you think that you could plug and play some players and you would be better than the last place offense? I mean, I understand you struggled a little bit. You had some injuries. You don't have the greatest roster, but if you're an offensive mind, you could at least pull a little bit of yardage, right? I mean, your defense was seventh in the league with the worst offense. So if your offense was just any much better, you could have won some games. And I mean, they still won games. And it had to be more because of that offense or that defense, because if anything, because that offense was just horrible. And that offense, 32nd in the league, your offense is always putting your defense in bad situations, and they can't do much. I mean, if your defense is holding people to 10, 17 points a game, but you can't even outscore that, what good are you? And Adam Gase is an offensive genius, and he's not doing it. He's not putting it on the field where it's supposed to be. Here's your quarterback. Here's Sam Darnold, 13 games. He had weird injuries last year, right? Some weird injuries. You want me to tell you his injuries? And this is why he only played 13 games. He missed one game because of mono, right? Then he missed like 2 games because his spleen got enlarged because of the mono, right? Against New England, something happened with his toenail where it came off. Then he sprained his thumb. Remember that game that he saw Ghost, and they did him kind of dirty putting that on there. You should never air that, but remember he was saying that he was seeing Ghost and all that. So he had that. He still put up 3,000 yards, 19 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, a 61% completion rate. But you got to ask yourself about that Sam Darnold. He'll be going into his 3rd season, right? Are we going to buy into him? Are we buying into Sam Darnold as a good or elite quarterback? I mean, 28 interceptions in 2 years, and his completion percentage, it was 61 last year, but in his career, it's 58%. Are we seeing improvement from Sam Darnold from year 1 to year 2? And I guess this would be the make or break year that you would have to see it. Like, you would have to see the improvement this year, and you hope it is. And that's what Adam Gase was brought in to do, right? Adam Gase was brought in to make Sam Darnold the elite player, the elite quarterback. And I'm not saying he's bad. I'm just saying we need to see improvement, because if he stays where he's at and he continues to throw 10 plus interceptions, then what help is that going to be, right? What good is he going to be? Here's the superstars that I believe are on the New York Jets already. Jamal Adams. Of course, everybody knows Jamal Adams. Jamison Crowder, you know him from last year. He came from the Redskins, but last year he played for the Jets. Did a pretty good job there. And Marcus Maye. So, yes, I put the 2 defensive backs, the 2 safeties from the Jets, but I think that's what makes your team. I mean, you saw the team. They're 7th in ranking, right? The defense was 7th. So, of course, your defense is your superstar, right? Jamal Adams had 75 tackles last year, 1 interception, 2 forced fumbles, fumble recovery, and 6.5 sacks from the safety position. Wow. Maye had 65 tackles and 1 interception. Maye's kind of the guy that kicks back while Jamal Adams does the dirty work, and he has to clean it up if if somebody breaks through. Crowder, for not having Darnold all year and the quarterbacks that were there after Darnold, Crowder did a good job. He had 22 targets, 78 receptions for 837 yards and 6 TDs. A couple games he didn't show up to, but that could just be, like I said, there was nothing really on that offense so defenses were easy. They could hey, we're going to shut down Bell and we're going to shut down Crowder. And if somebody else wants to beat us, so be it. And nobody else could beat them. And that's what the defenses knew. Here's your draft picks. I think it was a great draft. I like this draft. I didn't highlight Zuniga, but he's probably going to be a starter. James Morgan was. I mean, as a Jet fan, do you really want to see Morgan on the field? No, but you kept him away from like the Patriots. You kept him away from other teams that had interest in him, and a lot of people did. I think Clark could eventually turn into be something. Hall, Bacon is my guy. I think Mims should have a breakout season. I mean, I think that was a great pick to get him, a guy who was supposed to be a first round talent and probably still is first round talent, and just drop because of how how deep this wide receiver draft is crazy. And to have him fall down, and then Davis, I like safeties from California. It's just me. But Denzel Mims, that's a good one right there. Here's your offensive depth chart, right? Le'Veon Bell, of course, I would say he's underachieving. He only had 781 yards rushing, or 89 yards rushing, 460. So they got him in the rush. They got him in the 461 receiving yards. So they got him in the game in the passing game. They got him going in that. They brought in Perryman, who played for Tampa Bay last year. He came on late with a couple of injuries down there. I'm not a big believer in Perryman. I remember him in Baltimore. I know what he did last year, and maybe he has changed. Maybe he's grown up, and maybe he's gone and done something. But I don't see it. Josh Johnson from the Redskins, they brought in hoping to get the same production like they did from Crowder, but we'll see. I mean, it's helping. You're bringing veteran wide receivers into the room, which always helps. So I'm not going to knock them. I just want to see what they could do. The guy I'm glad they brought in, and I'm happy to see, because Le'Veon Bell can't do it all alone, and he's not the same Le'Veon Bell that we've seen. But bringing in a guy like Frank Gore, to do his 16th year, he's 37 years old, so he's not the Frank Gore of the past. But he's one of the all-time greatest runners in NFL history, right? And last time he played for Adam Gase was in Miami, and with Adam Gase, he averaged 4.6 yards a carry. Last year, he averaged 3.6, but he wasn't, it's just the offense that he gets put in. I think Frank Gore is going to be an addition to this team. It's going to help out more than just Le'Veon Bell. It's going to help Sam Darnold. He's going to be a great mentor to these guys. Ryan Griffin had a bad year. Chris Herndon didn't show up. He was hurt and he played one game, 2 catches, maybe 7 yards, I think. Your offensive line, I'm still not surprised. I'm still not good with. I'm still not happy with. We'll see what happens there. The depth chart, the defensive depth chart. Jamal, you're looking. I don't know. You're looking at a tough spot right here. You're looking at Greg Williams is going to have to get his money's worth. I mean, he's going to have to do some magic. Like Jamal Adams, Marcus Maye, we already know who they're about. Your cornerbacks, they're going to have some work. Jordan Jenkins is probably your best player besides the 2 safeties. I mean, he had 8 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, 9 tackles for loss, and 13 quarterback hits. Avery Williamson's coming back. He didn't play last year. He's coming back from an injury, ACL. We'll see how that. Usually that takes about 2 years to come back from. So this will be like the first year that he's actually going to play on it again. If he does play on it, C.J. Mosley only played a couple of games last year, and he was gone most of the year. So that's going to. I mean, the number 7 defense in the league is going to add 2 players that didn't even play last year, basically. So that you should get better. What I'm worried about is that defensive line a little bit. I mean, I know we have Henry Anderson and McClellan, but I think they only got like 1 sack or 2 sacks between the 2 of them. So they need to come up, and they need to step up a little bit. Here's your New York schedule. They're going to start off against Buffalo Bills. It's a good, Buffalo, 49ers, Colts, Broncos are improved, Cardinals are improved, Chargers or whatever, Bills, again, Chiefs, Patriots. Patriots are what they are going to be. Dolphins are improved, I think. So you're going to face them twice in a row. I think the Raiders are a good team. Seattle, Rams. Can your schedule get any tougher than this? I mean, go ahead and just throw the top teams in there, right? That's who they're playing, and it doesn't look like they ever get a break in here. So it's going to be a tough game right here. That's I think that's what's going to hold them back a little bit, and I think that's what's going to stop them from improving. I think Adam Gase can get this offense going a little bit. I think Sam Darnold can get going a little bit, which is going to help. Like I said, you only can go up from here, right? 32nd in the league, you can only go up in offense. So my prediction, sorry guys, same as last year, 7-9. I could see them, like I said, if that defense and that offense gets clicking and everybody keeps going, and that those transactions or those wide receivers that you brought in starts to do something good. Hey, 12-4, why not? Because Patriots are not doing good. What if Buffalo doesn't come out and be as good as everybody thinks they're supposed to be this year? What if Miami struggles again? But if the injuries pile up and Sam Darnold's not there, I mean, they have Joe Flacco now, but Joe Flacco's probably not even going to be healthy for the beginning of the season, and we got to see what they could do, right? So 5-11 will be their low. I don't want to say that they go anything lower than 5-11, so that could be it. Here is their salary cap status. They still got to get the draft picks that I just showed you under contract this year, so they have $14 million to do that. Next year they're at $58 million plus whatever they go up to. But they're going to have to do something with Jamal Adams' contract. There's been a lot of rumors about him being traded. That he wants to stay there, but the management doesn't want to get money. I don't know what's going on. But he's still under contract for 2021, but it's at like $9 million, and I doubt he plays for that. He wants his money now. Same thing with Sam Darnold. He's going to need to get paid. Jordan Jenkins, the guy I told you about, probably the best linebacker on their team, he's going to get paid. He's going to have to get paid. And then Maye, Marcus Maye is going to have to get paid. So those are your main free agents. So $58 million can go. It can go out quick, right? It can get on pretty quick. So the New York Jets, I think, are going to be just middle of the pack this year, but as long as we see that offense improve, Adam Gase can keep his job. If that offense ends up, anywhere in the top bottom 5, you need to get rid of Adam Gase, and you need to get him out of there quick, because that's not going to work out. But I'm sure New York would be calling for his head too if they're getting blown out and this offense is just horrible and they're having more butt fumbles and stuff like that. But I'm Joe Morley. That's my New York Jets 2020 team preview. Check me out, JoeMorleySports.com. If you're a Jets fan, let me know down below what I missed, what I didn't miss, what you agree with, what you don't agree with. This is the good thing about sports. I want to hear your opinion. Nobody's opinion is wrong in sports. It's just we agree to disagree on everything. And that's the good thing about sports. Everybody has an opinion. Everybody has an opinion. So if you're a New York Jet fan, let me know what you think. All right, man. Have a good day, guys.